Hey everybody, welcome to the patron only video of the week and welcome to all of the new patrons. Thank you so much for joining the community. Please feel free to use the community page of the Patreon site. That's all for you guys. If you want to introduce yourself or if you have questions or ideas, please feel free to use that community section. It is all yours. Yes, I don't have a beard today. I had a razor mishap when I was trimming things up and I decided I had to start from scratch. It's been pointed out to me all week and my oldest daughter woke up the next morning and said my face was jarring. So I don't know what to do at this point. It's a losing battle. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. We are going to take a look at the Rumble. We introduced it last week and I've got 3 variations for you on the Rumble that is going to help you. They'll help you get your mind around it, help you get your fingers around it. One of the variations is going to make it more difficult and 2 of the variations are going to make it easier. And I'm going to start right off the bat with the hardest pattern, the hardest variation of the Rumble, where we are replacing the ditty with a drop thumb. And I'll show you how that goes nice and slow. All right, let's speed that up. And let's get this thing cooking. All right, now let's make this super simple. Let's get at the same idea. We're gonna remove the rumble essentially from this sound. So this isn't really a variation on the rumble itself, but it's a way to get at the melodic idea that the rumble is hinting at, but it's really easy to play. So here's how that goes. And a little faster. And third speed, here we go. All right, now let's take that same pattern and make that more difficult simply by replacing that ditty on the open first string with a drop thumb. Let's go faster. And let's get this thing cooking. So I want you guys to think of this exercise in 2 ways. First of all, it's giving you an entry point into the beginning of Cumberland Gap. It's showing you where we're starting with the melody. The second thing we're doing is that we're playing repeated patterns with the goal of bootstrapping ourselves to better technique. Play them slowly, be methodical about them, and then gradually ramp up the tempo, being really careful. You gotta really listen to when things are going right and when things are going wrong, and start pushing up against your limit in terms of speed. This will help your playing globally. It's not just a Cumberland Gap thing. It's going to help your playing across the board, especially if you can contend with that large gap between the first and the fourth strings. If you can get those ostinatos, those patterns working really smoothly, that creates a real sense of touch and accuracy for your right hand that you want to carry with you in any tune that you play. Okay, so for this Friday, I'm going to be playing a simplified version of my version of Cumberland Gap, and I'm going to be providing all patrons with tab for that. It will be a public video, but the tab will be available for patrons only. And we will carry on our exploration of Cumberland Gap into next week as well. And I'm going to start providing you guys with some of my inspiration for the arrangement for Cumberland Gap. I'm going to show you some of my favorite examples of the tune in history, and I'm going to tab out some of those, some phrases and some entire tunes for you, some versions of Cumberland Gap that I think are really beautiful and particularly interesting. So you can look forward to that. I will see you this Friday on Banjo Quest, and thank you so much for watching and being part of this growing community. We'll see you Friday.